Welcome back to the final installment of our walkthrough of CAM's 2020 art auction with Jessica Phifer from Christie's. Bidding is open now and continues through this Saturday, June 27th at 9 p.m. If you want to join the bidding, visit cam.org/auction for details. And we truly appreciate your support for CAM and for this auction. It's, as we all know, we have lived through extraordinary times in the last few months. Your support is more important to us now than ever. It truly means a great deal to us, to the artists, to the future artists that we'll work with, and to the entire CAM family. So thank you. So next is Eduardo Portillo's work. Everything you see here is a supernova, and it's a very recent work from 2020. It's a large piece. It's 76 inches tall. And, you know, this work has such an energy to it, such dimension. It's actually a shaped canvas. So what you see in the image is, of course, two-dimensional representation, but it also has a depth to it in the sense that the perimeter of the work is in relief. So the perimeter of the work sort of stretches and bows and it contracts and is pulled. He makes these stretchers, these frames himself. Eduardo is originally from El Salvador, but lives and works in Houston. And I think what's exciting for me about this work is the way in which he's sort of investigating the possibility of a painting in the realm of perception. So there's something that happens with the light, with shadow on these pieces as you move around it. The work itself becomes quite animated. It responds to daylight, it responds to its surroundings in ways that are quite wonderful.
Next up for me, Jessi Reaves. This piece is titled Goals Sconce from 2020. Jessi lives and works in Brooklyn and went to RISD. And our works very much meet at the intersection of sculptural and functional furniture. And her most prolific body of work features deconstructed and reconstructed furniture, literally and figuratively deconstructing the idea of a form following function. And her relationship, soon-to-be relationship with the CAM, is that she will be, of course, the subject of an upcoming exhibition at the CAM, Wild Life, Elizabeth Murray and Jessi Reaves. To be in the company of Elizabeth Murray is quite extraordinary. It's high praise, I'd say. Jessi's just a very hot artist right now. And I find her very compelling. The works are crazy, they're wild. I think Wild Life is a perfectly put name for the exhibition. She's been, I think I've seen her referred to as the Queen of Scrap. And once you get to know the work, you'll understand why. She's definitely one to follow. It's very cool that her work is included in the auction, and definitely one to watch. And next up, Michael Sean Kirby and Patrick Renner, Architecture as Painting from 2020. Kirby and Renner, you guys know and love. They're Houston-based artists working in sculpture. Kirby studied with master sculptors Willie Wang and Robert Ventura and is currently an educator. And Renner is most well known for his very large-scale public sculptures with his group Flying Carpet Creative. You, of course, know his piece Funnel Tunnel on Montrose. And this piece in particular is based on a series produced by Kirby of these interlocking geometric sculptures cast from stone and concrete. And I think it's great they've contributed to the auction. I want to support these guys in any way we can. I know Renner in particular has a long relationship with CAM, so thrilled that they're in the auction.
We're so excited to offer this next work by Paul Mpagi Sepuya. It's called Mere Study. It's from 2018, and this work it's an archival pigment print, edition 2 of 5. Now, Paul is really an artist who has achieved extraordinary renown in the last few years. His work was featured in CAM's exhibition, Stonewall 50, a few years ago, and most recently had a solo exhibition at the Blaffer, was also featured in the last Whitney Biennial 2019. His work really explores intimate relationships between subject, photographer, and the viewer, particularly around the black body. And the work is constructed through mirrors, sheets, translucency, fragments of images that both obscure and reveal their subject to prompt new ways of thinking about the body and black subjectivity. This piece itself has an intimacy to it. It's of small scale, but seems to truly encompass worlds. It encompasses kind of grand ideas about about these figures, about his subjects. So this is not one to pass up. Next, Jay Shinn's work, Dyad number 17. Jay's piece is colored pencil and paper. And many of you may know Jay. He's based in Dallas. He's an artist and hotelier. He's most known for his very prominent light sculptures and works in neon, several major public artworks in locations like the Houston Intercontinental Airport and Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. This work emulates the geometries and hue shifts of his light sculptures into a work on paper. We're very grateful for Jay's commitment and support. Jay's actually a board member of CAM and has been a real force for the cultural ecology in Houston and in Texas. And I think this work represents that sense of energy and possibility, and it's a wonderful piece to offer for the auction.
Next up, Anthony Sonnenberg, Polka Dot Apern from 2019. Tony is a Texas artist who's currently working as a visiting professor of ceramics at the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville. And he is a hoot. This guy is a lot of fun. And he was recently featured in CAM's exhibition Stonewall 50. And I've only ever hung out with him once, but the works really match the man. I'll never forget it. Just a really delightful person. And the works they're theatrical and these sort of chaotic totems celebrating the cycle of nature and decay. And his process is an additive one, combining porcelain and found objects. And this work, available to you all, from what I understand, was created as the first attempt of the chandelier that he ultimately featured in Stonewall 50. So pretty cool that's available to you all. And I'm just crazy about this guy. These objects are so wild, and this is awesome.
Next is Ann Stautberg's work, 6/12/18 p.m. number 8. It's from 2017, and this piece it's on canvas. It's an archival pigment print on canvas, edition 1 of 3, 60 by 45 inches. Anne lives and works in Galveston and is best known for large-scale, often hand-colored photographs that depict similarly moody landscapes, intimate interiors, places that really have an atmosphere and a sense of a narrative about them. I would say it's reminiscent of photographic postcard souvenirs, but it also brings that into a more cinematic territory where we want to kind of project the narratives that may occur at these places. And was featured in the 1998 CAM exhibition of Gulf Coast photographers, and really happy to be able to offer this work to you. It's I think a wonderful piece that captures this region.
Nari Ward, this is a big deal, y'all. This work is titled Available Position, Can I Trust You? From 2018. Nari is a Jamaican-born artist who lives and works in Harlem. He, of course, was recently featured at CAM in the monumental exhibition We the People, which was coming from the new museum and got, tremendous critical acclaim, quite a coup for CAM to bring that show to Houston. And broadly speaking, the works repurpose and recontextualize found and discarded objects from its neighborhood. And Nari is confronting social and political issues surrounding race, poverty, and consumer culture. And I can't think of a more topical artist. And I can't stress enough what a big deal it is for CAM to have been entrusted with this piece to benefit the artist and the museum. This is a very big deal. This is not one to sleep on. And now more than ever. So really extraordinary this is included. And last, but certainly not least, Erick Swenson. This piece is titled Scuttle from 2012, polyurethane resin and acrylic paint object. It's the fifth in an edition of 5. Erick is a Dallas-based figurative sculptor, and he uses cast resin to create these very hyper-realistic renderings of animals in various states of distress or decay. And he very much treads the line between gruesome and romantic, and I would even call him like a capital R romantic. The term uncanny valley even comes to mind in that weird way that you see his objects and you're repulsed and drawn to them at the same time. Not much quite like him. I'm crazy about his work. This object in particular is so nutty and weird and intriguing. I'm wild about it and thrilled it's included. And his relationship with the CAM is that he was featured at an exhibition in 2000. And I'd love to see who goes after this piece. I think it's pretty cool.
Jessica, thank you so much for joining us to discuss the artworks featured in the auction. And thank you to all of you for joining us to learn about these works, to engage with them, to bid on them. It's truly an honor for us to be able to offer these works to you, and thank you for your support. If you missed the first 2 installments of our discussion, you can find them on CAM's YouTube channel or cam.org/auction. Bidding will end at 9 p.m. on Saturday, June 27th. So please don't miss out on these opportunities. You can get more details on registering at the same website. And as always, thank you for your belief. Thank you for your commitment to CAM. We're so grateful to the artists for their donation, for their contributions to the auction, but also to their commitment to supporting future programs and future exhibitions and events at CAM. We can't wait to welcome you back to CAM once our capital renovations are completed, and we hope that you and your families have been safe during this period, and we so look forward to a time that we can gather again around art, around artists, and around culture and meaning. So thank you for your support.